Hey guys, it's Kugli again with another ROM review, and this time I've got the AICP ROM Nougat for the OnePlus 3, so stay tuned for that. So guys, AICP has been my go-to ROM whenever I was not using another ROM for review purposes. So I'm really familiar with AICP, but this was before I was introduced to Resurrection Remix and the awesomeness that is the most feature-rich ROM and all that. But AICP was one of the really good feature-rich ROM with okay battery life, great performance and great stability, so I really liked it, and using this again, it really is a great ROM. Let's get started now. First of all, in the settings menu in the about phone page, you can see AICP, that is custom ROM, so that is the one. It is for our OnePlus 3. It does have Nougat right now. It will be moving on to Oreo when the other sources are out. I will be waiting for that. It is a nightly version because nightlies are the ones which are available right now. It does have security patches of September, so that is again really great. It is using the Lineage kernel because it is a Lineage based ROM, so you do have that. And SLN status is permissive rather than enforcing, so that's also pretty cool. Now, as I've already said, this is a very feature rich ROM. Let's get started with the features. The AICP Extras is where all the features reside, and this is more of an application rather than a setting menu, so you can also access that from the application itself. It does have a G+ community. You can also go for the changelog, and the changelog is quite unique. I really like the changelog like this. Right now it's a weekly release rather than nightly, but still it is really great to see all of these features available in 2 days ago, 3 days ago, rather than just a single day. So I just like it better. Apart from that, there are a few other stuff in here. Also, there is an update checker, so you can check that. Now, in the settings, you do have heads up and notification. You can enable heads up. Your timeout and snooze timer can be customized. Status bar option, you can also enable all of these. There is battery bar, there is traffic indicator, which I really like. There is carrier label, ticker. Yes, AICP logo can also be customized, so that's available. In the notification drawer settings, you do have header customization, setting shortcuts. All of these can be customized. There is also a kill app button, so that's amazing. I really do appreciate that. Now in the quick setting panel, you do have brightness slider, and also surprisingly, brightness slider position can also be customized. So right now it is on the left side, and if you enable that, you can have it on the right side, which is curious. I really like that. I'm not really sure if any other ROM does that, but that is a unique feature. Single tap to add or remove any of the tiles, music track tile, all of these options are available. Even battery style can be customized, circle or anything for just the quick settings. Battery tile easy toggle, footer warning. There is customization for rows and columns, but for the most part it doesn't really go as much as I want. I normally keep 7 rows and 7 columns in portrait mode, and it only goes up to 6. That was exceptionally problematic for me because whenever you change the DPI to smaller one, this one goes up to 7 but this one does not. So right now it's perfect, it goes up to 6, and then this one is also 6. I like to match it both, so that's one thing which I like to do. So yeah, that's not possible in this one. In the lock screen options, you do have a few options there. You can enable battery info on the lock screen, which is pretty cool. I normally use that. There is item colors, miscellaneous option for torch, fingerprint authentication, fingerprint unlock, which is amazing. I really like that. It's something which is one of those features which I really like. A power menu, quick settings, disable unlock, hide status bar on the lock screen, all that can be customized. And then you have recent panel option. You can enable, disable recent panel, clear all button, memory bar can be enabled. Also grid can be enabled. Also it does have omni switch and slim recent if you want one or the other. Then the weather option, you do have a few more things where you can customize the main settings, which is the omni jaw settings. You can enable that. Weather provider, only 2 of them, and also icon pack, only the default icons are available, which is the black and white one, so that may be a thing, so that's there. Apart from that, there is location where all it can be enabled, so lock screen, header, and even miscellaneous settings. And I really like the header option. This is one of the places which I want the weather option to be available rather than anything else, so I really like that. Not many ROMs have this option, so surprisingly that is the thing. Apart from that, there is design. In the design, you can customize all the animation. Power menu animation can be customized, which is one of my favorite. I really like that. Toast animation, toast icon can be enabled. Apart from that, blur UIs are available and you can customize the status bar background. All that can be customized from here. Status bar, recent UI and quick setting can be customized with blur, and also in panel point you can customize every little bit of panel, like volume panels. You can customize that. You can enable strokes for it. You can set a custom color for it. You can do a lot of things with it. Now in the various other settings, you do have system extensions, which has app sidebar, app circle bar, pie controls. If you are a fan of pie controls, it is available, and this is not the AOSPA style pie, so that is also another thing. These are available, and this is the pie settings, which if you want to use, you may. I don't particularly use pie or any other of this one, so that's there. Now it does also have a wake block application. Now this one you have to install from the Play Store itself, and I have found this to be a very good wake block application rather than just having the normal wake block which is available with the AOSP and lineage based ROM. So I really like that. It does work out. You do need to install that and customize that to your preference. In the various options, you do have show settings drawer, short-term confirmation, music player, and all these various stuff which you might be able to use. It also has screenshot type option, which I really do like, so that's really nice. Lock screen settings are also available if you are someone who uses that. Also sensor block per app works out really well in saving a little bit of battery life. And also there is root extras, where if you are having root, this one does not come with root, so you have to flash Magisk or SuperSU separately. If you do have that, you can log stuff, so that's pretty cool. Also system app remover is available, boot animation can be changed, and SLN status can be changed from permissive to enforcing with the touch of the button, so that does work out really well. And that is it in the extra settings menu. And as you would expect, this one does also have all the lineage extras like live display. That's something which I really appreciate. One thing is, it does have DCI-P3 color option also, so if you are having a panel which supports DCI-P3, you will be able to take advantage of that, so that does work out really well. Apart from that, everything else is basically what you would expect. It does have ambient display with double tap to wake on doors, which is amazing. I really like that. Prevent accidental wake up. It also has columns and portrait support. Also color engine is available, so you can customize that also. As you can see, I am using a customized color engine rather than the normal pixel or AOSP style color scheme, so that's something which is available. Apart from that, everything else is basically the same. You do have status bar options for everything else. Quick pull down, brightness control by sliding across the status bar. System icons can be customized. It does have ULT option, so I really do like that. AM PM clock position can be customized. Everything here is basically lineage, so I'm not going to get too much into that. So as you have already seen, it does have a lot of features, and I really like the amount of features available. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 for features because it is a lot and I really do like it. So that's it. Now the battery life. Battery life with this ROM has never been spectacular. I got an okay amount of battery life, and that is pretty much true. On the average, as you can see right now, it shows about the average. On the average, I got about 15% of active drain and about 1.8% of idle drain, which I find to be normal. So I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 for battery life. So now the performance of the ROM. The performance has been okay. Previously in my other usages, I did get a lot of more performance, at least in the scoring wise. This is about 132,000, but on the higher side I did get about 138,000 something. So the average was about 137,000, which is still on the lower side but perfectly adequate. I did play a lot of games with it. I do play Hungry Shark, is preferably one of my favorite games right now. I have been playing that a lot, and did not notice any particularly bad moments in that. So I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 because it is perfectly adequate. Now stability of the ROM. As you would probably guess, stability is nothing spectacular, but it is adequate again. But that is what you get with most of the ROMs. So I'm gonna give it in 6 out of 10 for stability. Now the camera. This one comes with lineage camera, and that is perfectly adequate. But personally, I have been accustomed to the Google camera, and I don't think the lineage camera has any particularly good feature about it, except for a few extra features which we get from most of the other stuff. So yeah, lineage camera is good enough, but I do prefer Google Cam. You can install this as a third-party application. Doesn't have any problems. It works out really well, and I just really like it. So yeah, camera, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. Now the aesthetics, I have already mentioned aesthetics. It is pretty cool. It does have extra stuff. It does have full OMS support, and it also has the extra theming accent colors, which is really nice. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 for aesthetics. Now comes the overall experience. I have been really happy with this ROM. I have been using this ROM for quite some time, and I have, as I've already mentioned, I have been using this as my daily driver before Resurrection was there, and I was perfectly happy with it. I didn't really have any issues with it. It just works out really well. I'm really happy with it, and I still am. It is a very capable ROM. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 for overall experience. Now let me show you guys the boot animation, which has been changed from the previous version, so that's really cool. So here is the boot animation, which I find very interesting. That's something which I really like. So yeah, it's just that, and it works out really well. And on that note, I would just like to conclude this. It is a very good ROM, and it works out really well. I like it a lot. It is a very good daily driver, and that's pretty much almost everything which I wanted to talk about it. I guess that much is it about the ROM. Then overall score is going to be about 6.43 out of 10, but I'm gonna give it a 6.5 because it is a really good ROM, and I did make a mistake in my grading, so that's other thing. Anyways, it's a really great ROM. So yeah, I guess that much is it about the ROM. Then hope you guys like the video. Please share, subscribe, and like the video if you found it useful. See you guys next time. Bye.